Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Bechukosi. A parent has the ability to give their children the individual attention their child needs to see what is and isn't working in their attempts to learn and study. Many educators teach anywhere between 20 and 125 students a day. The teachers aren't afforded the time and energy to individually evaluate each of their students to understand the best way for them to learn. Yet, a one-size-fits-all education doesn't work anymore. For education to succeed, an individual approach must be taken to a student's education. This Dvar Torah will discuss best practices in evaluating individuals. In focusing on the laws of vows, especially a vow to donate the value of a person's life, the first steps to understanding and evaluating an individual will be discussed. This law will teach us a lesson that doesn't merely apply to evaluating wealth, but evaluating people as well. The goal of this Dvar Torah is to propose an approach to education that balances individual learning styles and planning lessons for an entire class. In our Sedra, the laws of vows are discussed, especially the laws of one who vows the value of a person. The pasuk says as follows: "Speak to the children of Israel and say to them." When a man utters a vow pledging the value of a person to the Lord, the next few psukim explain how much a person is valued at. The fixed value of a male should be as follows: from 20 years old until 60 years old, his value is 50 silver shekels. And if she, the vower, is a female, the value is 30 shekels, etc., etc., all dependent on gender and age. The last pasuk in this section discusses, "But if one who made the vow is too poor to pay the valuation amount, he shall stand him up before the Kohen, and the Kohen shall evaluate him according to how much the one who vowed the vow can afford." To find how the Kohen evaluates a person's ability to pay, we look to the Mishnah, which states, "Although they take most of what the person who vowed owns, they must leave him food for 30 days, clothing for 12 months, and a bed with bedding and shoes and tefillin for him alone, but not for his wife or for his children. If he were a craftsman, they leave him 2 tools of every sort of his trade. If you are a carpenter, they must leave him 2 planes. If you are a farmer, they must leave him a pair of working animals tied to the yoke," etc. King Shlomo wrote, "Train a child according to his way. Even when he grows old, he will not turn away from it." In his commentary on this verse, the Metzudas David wrote, "Begin and habituate a child to follow the ways of God according to his level of wisdom. If the child isn't so wise, or if he is very wise, all depending on his level. When the child habitually follows the ways of God, then even in his old age, his good ways will not leave him." In the same way that the Kohen evaluates the poor person who made a vow that they can't afford to determine their charge, a child needs evaluation as how to best learn. This is no easy task. As mentioned earlier, a teacher must balance individual learning styles with the lessons to be prepared for an entire class. There isn't a teacher in the world who can prepare an individual lesson for each of their students. But each teacher must keep in mind the different learning styles of their students when preparing their lesson. Teachers must prepare lessons with various entrance points to all of their students to learn from that particular lesson. As educational theory progresses, teachers must progress as well. It's a difficult challenge, but one that we learn from this week's Sedra must be done and in a systematic fashion. Shabbat Shalom.